We want to welcome you to the National Museum of the American Indian. My name is Kevin Gover. I'm the director of the National Museum of the American Indian, and we wish you all a happy Earth Day. Today's symposium is held in conjunction with the Native Fashion Now exhibition on view on the museum's second floor. Our symposium today focuses on the importance of education in helping to increase cultural understanding about Native art and culture. And this is a challenging subject because on the one hand, Indian country resents what it considers the appropriation of Native culture. At the same time, Native America has inspired and wishes to continue to inspire generations of artists and designers. What we're doing here today is trying to help future artists and designers make the right choices, and this is possible only through conversation. The line between appropriation and inspiration is not always a bright one, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to have a symposium on cultural appropriation. It's a subject that we visit in much of our programming, including, for example, an examination of the phenomenon of using Native people and Native imagery as mascots for high school, college, and professional sports teams. So fashion is not alone in searching for this understanding. Any institution that works, any industry, any undertaking, any enterprise that works with this kind of material has to do so with some care. And in that respect, I include museums, and I specifically include our museum. And because the line is sometimes not that bright, we all make mistakes. And while mistakes are to be regretted, they are not to be condemned as long as we all undertake this examination in good faith. I especially want to thank today the Fashion Institute of Technology, State University of New York, for collaborating with us in this symposium. I thank as well the artists and designers who created the amazing work in the Native Fashion Now exhibition, and I thank Karen Kramer, the curator, and the Peabody Essex Museum for organizing this great exhibition. And now it's my pleasure to welcome Ronald Milan, the Chief Diversity Officer of the Fashion Institute of Technology of the State University of New York.
Good morning, and what a time to be here today on Earth Day, celebrating the beauty of our planet, and at the same time celebrating the contributions of Native Americans who lived with the planet in harmony, who took care of the planet, and who is one with the planet. It's such a wonderful day to be able to celebrate both. Let me get back to the actual remarks. Good morning. And on behalf of Dr. Joyce Brown, who is president of the Fashion Institute, the professors that are here participating in the symposium and event today, I give you a heartfelt welcome. I am so proud as the Chief Diversity Officer to be here today, in fact, because I have cousins who are Native Americans who are part of the Iroquois Confederation connected with the Seneca Nation. And throughout my childhood, I learned a lot about fashion, culture, history, and other dynamics that help build who I am today. Today we're here to explore, as Kevin mentioned, the whole idea of Native American fashion and culture and the importance that it has on our society. Some scholars relate that Native Americans are closely related to the environment and their religious beliefs, their fashion is tied to that. But I think there's more to it, and I think that's going to be explored today. I think Native American fashion in many ways is the core fabric of the American mosaic, American identity, and American history. And I think we should be very proud of that, and I'm so proud that we are recognizing that today. For many years, the Fashion Institute of Technology has had as its goal to create a purposeful, diverse learning environment. And part of that environment is to create collaborations with outside industry and outside educational institutions to provide opportunities to bring awareness of different different nations, cultures, and so on and so forth. This is one of those collaborations today. We are very proud of the work and the scholarship that our professors who will be here today have done. Their work continues to shine on fashion, culture, and diversity. Along with the rest of the scholars here today, I wish you best success for a fruitful and nurturing symposium and conference. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you happiness and success, happy Earth Day, and happy Native American Fashion Day. Thank you so very much.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to NMAI in New York. My name is Kathleen Ash Milby, and I am one of the organizers of the symposium on cultural appropriation in fashion today. I first want to thank my collaborators at FAT, Amy Werbel and Kyung-Hee Pyun, for their work with me over the past year. I was so thrilled to work with these colleagues as we puzzled through the issues, structure, and speakers for this program. I would not have connected with them at all if it wasn't for another colleague, Anya Montiel, who brought us together and helped with early planning. Thanks also to our amazing staff in New York and Washington and our volunteers for their support and hard work as well. We have a really amazing team that pulls these programs together. As a museum dedicated to the history, art, and culture of Native people throughout the Western Hemisphere, I think that one of the most important things we do is create an open forum for discourse on current issues. The subject of misguided and inappropriate appropriation of Native American material, culture, and fashion has been brewing for years. Sometimes it's jolting and insulting, and other times it's more subtle. For several years, we've discussed the need for a symposium that would shed more light on the issue and give us a platform to not only educate the greater public about the problematics of appropriation, but also create a more nuanced discourse and an opportunity to unpack the complexities of this issue in the fashion industry today. The history of appropriation has deep roots, and the line between inspiration and appropriation is not always clear. It is more complicated than a list of do's and don'ts, and it doesn't just apply to Native American culture. Towards this end, the symposium is divided into 3 sessions. The first session this morning, Mobility and Cultural Identity Through Fashion, will focus on presenting and exploring how ideas about dress and design have spread historically and expressed culture. After our lunch break, the second session, Problematics of Cultural Appropriation in Contemporary Fashion, will focus on current issues of cultural appropriation. The last session, Creative Collaborations, will highlight best practices in the field between Native artists and designers and the fashion industry. Before we start our first session, I just want to do a little housekeeping and mention that our moderators will not be reading the speaker bios in full. You can find that information all in your programs. We will also be taking selected questions from the audience at the end of each session. Rather than an open mic, we have provided cards and pens at the table at the back of the room that you might have seen when you walked in to collect your questions throughout each session. Please feel free to write your question on the card, nice and clear, and leave it in the box. And we will read a selection of these questions for our panel at the end of each session for discussion. Because we are a large crowd today, and probably after lunch it might grow even more, I just want to remind you not to save seats and to make all seats available. So don't use your seats for your bags. And of course, I'm obligated to also say, please turn off your cell phones, especially because we are doing a live webcast today.